have, for example, like for now at this point, I have like around, I would say, 7-8 client testimonials, like people who made, 5K, 7K, and one lady, as I told you, after the call with me, she made like 3.5K in like the 24 hours. So can I use also this testimonials after the strategy sessions instead of just the client results, or combine them? What do you suggest?
The answer is yes, always yes, but it's just how you package those up to look clean. So like, for example, you could make, I mentioned to you earlier about doing like a carousel case study. You could create a carousel of how I helped Jane make 5K after our first coaching session. Jane was struggling with this. She didn't know how to generate leads. I taught her how to do this. Unique mechanism. If you want if you want to find out more, blah, 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 hit the link. I kind of make it like a graphic carousel. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. So carousel and video, just to make sure that I can combine it.
You could do a carousel of it. Yeah, that would work. You could do, I would just say from like, if the video testimonial is kind of shit in terms of quality, it just won't perform very well.
I have all different ages. I have a lady like 75 years old. I have a kid like 15 years old.
Yeah, I would try it. I would kind of be specific about the quality of the ad though, because if you're trying to take like clippings out of Zoom and stuff, they're just pants really. So like, I would also try and be like, if anyone in here, if you do events, try and get as many like kind of testimonials from people in person as well. Like super, super powerful. And even like testing stuff actually. So like I mentioned about, if you look at my Instagram, the guy on the boat, we filmed 3-4 variations of that on the boat. We filmed 3-4 variations in the gym with different people. I then also tried filming, I said to you earlier, like the best hook we have is like no clue. So I was like, okay, fuck it, let's film this. So I was like, on the back of the boat, I was like, do you have no clue how to scale your online fitness business? Check this out. So then there's a hook and then it goes into the client testimonial. But as I anticipated, it works way better when you've got the topless dude with his shirt off being like, yeah, I make 56K a month in the first 3 months, the first 3 seconds. So I would try and test stuff. And if you create ads, if you think ahead, you can then play around with things and test stuff.
I noticed you mentioned testing like hooks, for example. Do you also test call to actions a lot, also depending on what the ad is going to funnel them into, whether it's an instant form, profile, or to your landing page?
As in, what I say or how it's written?
Both. So like, for example, would you notice that a certain call to action will drive better conversion to a funnel?
Okay, so I'll give you some hacks for that. So with the CTA, Facebook is gnarly now, you can just put on AI CTAs, it will adjust the CTAs, it's sick. Like we had a webinar we did like 2 weeks ago and it comes up on the button being like the date. Someone like screenshot like, how do you do this? I have fucking no idea. Like, so like, it will do a lot of the heavy lifting for you. One thing that works really well, I think everyone will agree with this, most people are really fucking lazy. So if you sell, like one of the things I say in a lot of ads is like, you can implement this in under 60 minutes, rather than like this is gonna take you fucking 5 weeks. So like if you've got something like that, like you've got something you want to try and get people into, try and make it sound really easy to like absorb and get into it, because that will increase the amount of people coming through from the CTA, like reducing friction, if that makes sense.
At what point did you start adding other funnels? So you mentioned webinars, call funnels. I think you said like free calls as well.
Yeah. So if you have something that works, like this is probably, if you're right, I'll tell a story. So when I moved to Dubai, I was getting divorced, going through a very like difficult personal time. I was on a fucking warpath. We just had like the biggest month in our fitness business. I made like £300,000. I was like, I kind of thought I was fucking Billy Big Shit and moved here and I was like gunning it. I was like, I'm gonna make £1 million a month of fitness. I got a whiteboard and wrote every fucking strategy I could think of. I hired fucking everyone possible and it was a complete fucking disaster and a mess. Like none of it worked. Because if you try and do everything, nothing will work. So what I would try and do, and I'll go through that in terms of a strategy section in a minute, is focus on the, this is a good, I actually spoke about this at our event. So the framework I kind of think about from like a decision-making process is RICE. So that stands for reach, impact, cost, ease. Okay, so I will run every decision via this. Okay, so like reach, how many people are going to see this? Impact, how much could this change my business? How much is this going to cost in terms of time, money, and people's resources? How easy is this to execute? So if I look, for example, we've started doing some webinars recently. They make money. It's pretty simple for us. Reach, yeah, I can get in front of some eyeballs on that. Impact, we make money. It's not huge, but it does quite well. Cost, kind of fuck all really. Ease was I just put on Notion, can you build me this funnel? And they did it, and then I turned up for an hour, and I got paid like $2,000 to pitch to people for an hour because we sold tickets on it. So I'd also suggest if you do webinars, if you put, what we did is this, it's kind of off topic, but we made them £27 for an AI scaling webinar, and we had an upsell that was like, I think it was 47. So our average ticket price ended up being like 50 quid. So I made like over $2,000 from just getting to sell people for an hour. So I made money regardless of anyone bought, and they did. But that's kind of the framework in terms of like how I'd make decisions. What I would start with is the easiest strategy to execute that will make money, and scale that as much as possible, and then try and go up the ladder from that. And that kind of leads into what I was going to kind of talk about in terms of like strategies. I think this is kind of what Mehdi teaches as well. So like the easiest one is IG profile funnel, essentially. In base math is we have like, let's do my really shit drawings. Let's stickman me, this is my IG profile. Basically funnel in, we just want to blast traffic into this. And all we're trying to do is we're trying to get people to engage with our account, so then we can basically engage back and DM them and create conversations. Now, what you're looking to do with an IG funnel like this, the kind of KPIs and metrics we look at generally, don't take this as verbatim, is let's put CPF. Cost per follower is about £1, about $1. That's in kind of fitness. For my niche, it's more, maybe 6 to 8. Now, if I say, for example, spent £100 a day, I get 100 followers, and it's roughly the right type of avatar, I should be able to get at least 3 of those probably on a call. So if I spend £100 and I got 3 calls booked, what's the likelihood I can close one of those people for at least £1,000? Probably pretty high. So that's kind of like the base mass that I would look at. Also why I try and get people to get a minimum of 100 followers a day. We kind of specialize very heavily in, we do a lot of DM setting. I'll kind of jump back to the VSL a little bit as well because it kind of makes sense. With DM setting, there's a threshold in terms of how many new conversations you can start every day before Instagram has a fucking meltdown. So with that, what we try and do is get people up to about 100, like new conversations that are the right ICA, and that generally doesn't tend to have any problems in accounts. We have some clients who are doing like 500, but I'm a bit of the opinion of like, don't kill the golden goose, because I've had multiple problems with Instagram. I had someone blackmail me for €30,000 trying to hack my account last year, like loads of other bad shit happened. So I try and just keep us within like a decent range and not cause too many problems, because it can be a bit problematic, which is also one of the reasons why I need to diversify strategies. So with this whole process, I can come on to that as well, but it's also why like your organic content and your messaging, a bit like I said to you about your profile, has to be very clear about who you work with and who you are for and who you are not for. Because it then means that the people who are clicking your profile be like, oh yeah, like I like what this person's about, this is my exact thing. One of the things I do is I will engineer the top posts on my profile to be the things I want people to see. So I'll remove a lot of the reels, the kind of B-roll stuff or kind of top of funnel things, because I want people to see the social proof, or I want to see things that build trust, right? So like removing reels from the top of feed is a big one. And then where the money is made, we've got loads of coaches to over 100K a month, probably most of them actually up there, to be fair, just doing this very simple thing of boosted reels into an Instagram profile to get views, to get followers, engage with followers. We then essentially have a follow-up system, and we'll do somewhere between 1,000 to 1,500 follow-ups a day. So we use a tagging system via Go High Level or Meta Business Suite, and that allows us to churn inboxes. So essentially all we're doing is we're just creating a new pipeline of people that we can have conversations with and kind of warm up. So this was, for me, I say to anyone, this is like base level number 1 in terms of paid advertising, least friction, easiest to execute. I would start here. Is it the one that's the most scalable indefinitely? Probably not. But that's like, I recommend everyone does that because it works. Does anyone have any questions on that?
You see the 100 to 500?
Yeah.
That's new people coming from ads, so reaching out to them, right?
It can be new ads, followers from wherever really, but you just want to make sure your ICA is like people who are actually going to buy from you.
Might be going a bit off tangent. But
Sorry?
Can you tell me a little bit about once the followers, how do you start the conversations, how you warm them up in the DM?
Okay, so I can give you another massive hack. So you can keep this to yourself. So would you be more likely to respond if someone sent you a message or someone sent you a kind of personalized voice note? Okay, so what we do is you can message yourself on Instagram and you can save a bank of voice notes. And then you can forward those voice notes to said prospect, and they think you've just said it right then, but it's not you.
Don't you mention their names?
So I would obviously avoid that. We have before used things like 11 Labs, use AI, but it kind of gets a bit complicated at volume. So we would start the first message would be like, hey, thanks so much for following. Are you looking to scale your fitness business? Like, what's the biggest thing you're stuck with? Is it lead generation, sales, whatever it is? Or let's say you're a fitness coach, but like, thank you so much for following. Are you looking to build muscle or burn body fat? What have you tried before? I just want to know so I can try and send you something like a resource or a video that might help you.
If you enjoyed this clip and you're a business owner, content creator, or coach, and you want help in terms of exactly how to scale your business to the next level using ads, AI, VSLs, setters, and building teams to basically monetize your business and monetize your knowledge, but without you having to press all the buttons, it has never been easier than before. What we can do is we can walk through the whole process in terms of how we're doing this over and over and over again with content creators, with business owners. If you hit the link at the bottom of this video, you can book a call with us and the team. We can audit your whole business, show you where the bottlenecks are, and show you exactly how we can scale. And if we think you're a good fit to work with us, we can show you what that looks like too.